mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, cousins of course, mops and pops, or if you prefer, grandmas and grandpas, and baseball fans everywhere. Welcome to the 2019 season of the Valley League. Before we get to tonight's game, let me let you know that these live streams are brought to you by Sheetz. Sheetz is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7, so grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheetz near you. Sheetz, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new State Club, the new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. This live stream is also brought to you by Grace Burrows, New York Times best-selling author and baseball friend to the Valley Baseball League. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. Bottom line, if you can't find love on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com. Now, here are your announcers with tonight's game.
Welcome to Integrity Home Mortgage Park in Waynesboro, Virginia, in the heart of Virginia's Shenandoah Valley. It is Saturday, June 15th, and on behalf of the Valley Baseball League and the Waynesboro Generals, welcome to this live stream. Well, not a live stream, as you know now, not on Facebook Live tonight, but we will be on YouTube. That's probably where you guys are watching this now. And for you guys that are listening in through the audio broadcast, thanks for joining me. I'm Ty Comer. And we're going to bring you some Valley League baseball action tonight. The visiting Staunton Braves will take on the homestanding Generals of Waynesboro. Let's set you up some lineups here. First, we'll go with the lineup for the visiting Staunton Braves. Leading off, Kent Rooklyn, the shortstop. Eli Davis will hit second and play right field. Andrew Check is putting together quite a season already. He'll be hitting in the 3 spot and DHing. Logan Worley started his season here in Waynesboro, but he'll be playing left field and hitting 4th for the Staunton Braves here tonight. Ronald Brown will hit 5th and play first base. Colin Brophy will play center field. Ryan McCarty will play second base. Casey Hare will play third. And rounding out the lineup, Colin Hopkins. Setting the defensive alignment for the Generals, in left field, Seth Kennedy. In center, Jackson Tate. Bryson Worrell will make his general debut out in right field. Jackson Green will play third base. Christian Profit will play short. Kobe Lopez at second. Wes Clark at first base. Behind the dish will be Eli Quiseno. And on the mound, Devin Judy. Now Judy from Gannon University, not a very big guy, listed at 5'8", 150 pounds, and that's a bit on the generous side. From Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania. Guy from Gannon University will get his 3rd start. Has not provided a lot of length out of the starts to this point for the Generals, but has had good numbers. He's got a 1.28 ERA over 7 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 4, and he has struck out 7. Both of the guys from Gannon University on this roster for the Generals, well, all 3 have played well, but both on the pitching staff have done well. And Devin Judy joins Eric Sapp. Sapp with a 2 ERA over 9 innings pitched this year. He's given up 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, but struck out 13. So the guys from Gannon, along with the catcher in tonight's contest too. So an all Gannon battery here. Quiseno and Devin Judy. Something that we like to see quite often here in Waynesboro. Coach Cole likes putting these guys with familiarity behind the dish to catch their pitchers. And Judy has the sign, and here is the pitch. And it is in there for a called strike, and we're underway. 7:02 first pitch. It is 80 degrees and sunny. Not a cloud in the sky, really, here in Waynesboro. Devin Judy working to Kent Rooklyn. Pitch misses just outside. Judy went with the slider there. Working on Kent Rooklyn. Rooklyn, 5'11", 175 pounds from West Virginia Tech. This pitch rides outside as well. And Judy has fallen behind 2-1. Now Rooklyn, a native of Covington, Virginia. So he knows a little something about Valley League baseball. Pitch in there on the outside corner for a called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So far on the year for Rooklyn, he's having a good start to his campaign. He's playing in his 11th game tonight. He's hitting .372. This one fouled off at the plate. .372. He's got 16 hits and 43 at-bats. He's scored 11 runs. He's got a double and has driven in 6. Not a guy that strikes out a whole lot. He's only struck out 6 times to this point in this summer. Good leadoff guy here for the Staunton Braves, a team and that is really coming into tonight's contest on fire. Ball skied in the air, out towards Jackson Tate. Takes about 2 steps back, and then takes 2 steps in, and retires it for out number 1. So a fly out to center field to get things going for the Staunton Braves. We talked about just the hot hitting that they've done. .302 batting average as a team this year has really propelled them to their 9 wins. They're 9-3 coming into today's contest. And boy, they have some highlight reel wins. They scored, I believe it was 11 runs in the bottom of the 9th at home against Harrisonburg, and to come back and eventually win that one in extra innings. First pitch was outside to Eli Davis. Davis playing right field tonight, left-handed hitter, taking his swings against Judy. Pitch is down low for a ball, quickly to a 2-0 count. For Davis, 6 foot, 195 pounds, from Arkansas State University. He's from a different Staunton. He's from Staunton, Tennessee. Spelled a little bit differently. There is no U in his Staunton down there in Tennessee. Pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now here in Staunton, Virginia, they do have the U, but it is not pronounced Staunton, it is Staunton. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 away in the inning. Oh, the off-speed pitch missed just inside. So good hitters count again for Eli Davis. Davis, another guy with great numbers, .319 batting average. He's got 15 hits and 47 at-bats. He's got a double and 3 home runs, and he's driven in 9. This one fouled out of play down the left field line, over onto the batting cages over there by the softball field. So that'll fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Well, Judy, with those 7 innings, has 7 strikeouts, so a strikeout per inning. Looking for 1 here. Misses just a bit low. Says home plate umpire Lindy Hall. Our umpires today, Lindy Hall behind the plate. And Mr. Haggerty out at second base. And now we bring up the man that is building quite the resume here in the Valley League. Some eye-popping numbers for Andrew Check. They list him as the first baseman, but he's DHing tonight. Towering presence, 6'6", 265 pounds, from Walsh University. Pitch is in there for a strike. A native of Reminderville, Ohio. Check is batting .423. He's got 22 hits in 52 at-bats, 9 doubles, 4 home runs, and here's the big number. 26 RBIs in his first 12 ball games. This one on the ground, high hop to Wes Clark, who makes the play. Throw to second is in time. Back to first. Got him. Score that a 3-6-1 double play. Devin Judy doing his job at getting over there and fielding his position, doing a nice job at backing up Wes Clark. So an inning-ending double play on Andrew Check. And we'll go to the bottom of the first.
Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League's All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, right here at Veterans Memorial Park on the JMU campus. Please plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30 p.m., the fun starts at 3:30 p.m. with batting practice. The 60-yard dash and home run derby starts at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for kids ages 3 to 12. And if they come in uniform, they get it for free. So mark those calendars, Sunday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m., right here in Veterans Memorial Park. You don't want to miss this. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play.
So let's set the lineup for the home standing. Excuse me So I'm double dipping here for all you guys that don't know. I am also the official scorer here. So I got to go through all that after that exciting So it was a 3 to 6 to 1 double play to end that last inning. So for the lineup for the Generals, Kobe Lopez, Seth Kennedy, Elijah Quiseno, Wes Clark, Jackson Tate, Santiago Garcia, Bryson Worrell, Jackson Green, and Christian Profit. First pitch rides way inside to Kobe Lopez. Dances out of the batter's box there a bit. He's working on Tristan Snyder, the pitcher, for the Staunton Braves from the College of William and Mary. Just finished up a decent freshman campaign. I did have the opportunity of being the voice of the tribe for this past spring season, so I got to watch Tristan pitch quite a bit. This pitch fouled off at the plate. Live arm out of the right-hander. Does struggle sometimes a bit with control. Came out like a house of fire. Was really thinking he was going to be one of the back-end guys of that bullpen. As this one's on the ground to shortstop, but the shortstop's going to botch it. Well, a pretty easy play there for Rooklyn, who made the play, and then when he came up with it was just a bit nonchalant. That's going to go as an E6 to start things out. That was Kobe Lopez from Florida International, and he's going to be backed up by another Florida International man, Seth Kennedy. Kennedy playing left field tonight, batting .444 on the year. He's an extra base hit machine. Pitch in there for a strike. But back to Snyder. Snyder came out in his first collegiate outing and went 4 2/3 out of the bullpen and picked up 7 strikeouts over those 4 2/3. Did not give up a run, picked up a win, and things just went a bit south from there. Ball struck well out towards right field. Back goes the right fielder Davis, makes a nice running catch there in front of the 365 sign in right center field. Well, Kennedy has worn out that right center field gap this year. Was going for it once again, but give Davis a lot of credit. He had a long way to go. Made the play there in straightaway right center field. Pickoff attempt on Kobe Lopez, not in time. It's a good idea to keep an eye on Kobe. He will steal some bases. Stole 11 last year for the Rebels in their championship run. First pitch to Eli Quiseno is on the outside corner for a called strike. Another pitch in there for a strike taken by Quiseno. Snyder went to the off speed there. Something he'll be looking to really strengthen up this summer. He's got good velocity. Now it's about trying to mix in that off speed when you can. He goes with that fastball and it's up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Snyder comes set. He'll check on Lopez. Here's the pitch. Kobe off at the pitch. Quiseno swings, fouls it, and it's going to drop over foul territory. That goes a harmless foul ball. Kobe will go back to first base, and we'll do this thing again at 1 and 2. Snyder, 6'2", 170 pounds, and we mentioned out of the College of William and Mary. And he's going to get Quiseno swinging for strike 3. It'll be the first strikeout.
The first baseman from the University of South Carolina.
I bring up Wes Clark.
Clark.
When we talk about guys that are building, some postseason accolade stats, it is early. And Kobe Lopez is going to take off early. Throw is in time. An interesting strategy there from Kobe. You like to let your big man hit with a man on base with 2 outs, but Kobe took off early, thought he had it timed, and Snyder is alert enough to pick him off at second base on the caught stealing. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll go to the top of the second here from Waynesboro. No score.
After one.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Cady G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
And you can tell, he really cares. Not a lot of coaches will come in and really care about every single game, but Coach Cole knows the importance of momentum and has really tried to stress that to our guys. And to this point, they've been playing pretty good baseball. Well, interesting story here. Logan Worley steps to the dish. Left fielder from Young Harris takes on the outside corner for a strike. Started the year with the Generals. Then once some of the guys that were in region play came in, he was, in effect, not really traded because the Generals didn't get anything in return. But he did end up shifting rosters to Staunton, and boy, has he taken advantage of it. Pitch outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now. On the year for Worley, he's got a .444 batting average. Got 8 hits and 18 at-bats. Playing in his 5th game tonight. He's got 3 doubles and 4 RBI. Batting in the 4-hole tonight against the former team. Maybe a revenge game type thought from the head coach Tyree Blaylock as he fouls this pitch off straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Devin Judy to Logan Worley. Judy looking for his first strikeout in the even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, down low for a ball. Giving Ronald Brown in that on-deck circle a bit of a workout. He's had to go to the backstop the past 2 pitches. 1 from a foul ball, that one in the dirt. You got by Quiseno. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Devin Judy gets his first strikeout of today's contest, and it's Logan Worley, his former teammate. For Worley, that's just his 2nd strikeout in 19 at-bats, so doing a pretty good job to this point. I bring up Ronald Brown. Brown, 6'3", 255 pounds from the University of Houston. Pitch is in there for a strike. Judy went with the off-speed pitch. He's from the University of Houston. He's also from Houston, Texas. He's a junior. Big righty. Takes on the outside corner again for strike 2. Judy really featuring that slider pretty heavily. Brown. He's got a 167 batting average. And he's going to take it on the outside corner, 4-3. Well, Judy saw that he got the calls out there on that outside corner and just went back to it, and Ronald Brown never really made an adjustment. And he'll get a called strike 3, the second strikeout of the day for Judy, and he'll look to maybe strike out the side if he can get Colin Brophy. Brophy, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Swung on and missed, and boy, another breaking ball from Devin Judy. Brophy from George Washington University in Encino, California. So he made his way all the way across the country from Encino, California to Alexandria, Virginia. Swung on and missed. He's down 0-2. Devin Judy from Gannon University on the mound for the Gens, looking to strike out the side. He's got Brophy 0-2. Pitch down low. Nice block from Quiseno. Keeps it in front, but nice take there from Colin Brophy. Judy winds and the pitch. Right back at him. He fields his position well, flips it over to first base, and that is out number 3. Devin Judy basically took a hit away there from Brophy. That ball was hit pretty well, destined for center field. But Devin Judy in a good fielding position after he finished his pitch. And that'll be out number 3. So 1-3 put out there. No runs, no hits, no errors that time around. Devin Judy strikes out 2. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Wes Clark, Jackson Tate, and Santiago Garcia due up for the Gens.
Join Ty Turner on our internet broadcast whenever you can't make a game. At home or away, you can listen to game broadcast live on the internet. Check us out through Valley Baseball.
Well, if you're a company looking to promote your business in the Shenandoah Valley, we want you to advertise with us. Here's why. It can be hard to reach customers in the Valley. The Valley is divided up into 2 and in some cases 3 DMAs. But each season, the Valley Baseball League offers almost 250 games from Purcellville to Covington and from Winchester to Charlottesville and everywhere in between. Each night for 2.5 months, the league plays an average of 5 games. That's 15 commercials each night for as little as $7.24 a spot. Plus, consumers today are looking for a community give back. Why not baseball? Everyone wants to be Tom's Shoes. They made the concept of community givebacks famous by giving away a pair of shoes for every pair purchased. When you spend your ad dollars with the Valley League, once we've covered the cost of producing these live streams, the proceeds go back to fund the team and the league. The money is then reinvested in the communities where teams play. Well, the first pitch is in there for a strike. Wes Clark takes for a strike off the right arm of Tristan Snyder. And this ball struck well out into left center field. That's going to be a hit for Wes Clark. He's rounding first base. He's headed for second. Throws coming in. We're going to have a play. Wes Clark goes in standing for a double. Well, Wes continues to swing a hot bat. The Gens were stymied a bit, I would say, back on a Wednesday night when they took on the Front Royal Cardinals here at Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field. Not a lot of people hit the ball well. Gens only put up 1 run in that contest, but pretty much every other game, Wes Clark has been a staple to have at least 1 to 2 hits. He had a stretch of 3 ball games where he had at least 3 hits. That's why his batting average is well up over 400. Another guy that's swinging the bat pretty well here recently, Jackson Tate, 272 batting average, and has driven in quite a few runs here as of late. Has a good opportunity to do it here as well. This one fouled straight back. Jackson just finished up at Lawson State Community College down in Alabama, and he'll stay in state, and he'll be headed to the University of Alabama at Tuscaloosa, be a part of the Crimson Tide. Swung on and missed. So 3 pitches and 3 strikes from Tristan Snyder to Jackson Tate. Let bring up Santiago Garcia. Garcia DHing tonight. Does do some catching as well as plays a little bit of first base. A guy we were really excited about here in Waynesboro, the Mink League MVP last year. The Mink League is down in the Arkansas, Alabama, and down around that area. Pitch is swung on and missed from Garcia. The Mink League MVP had great stats at Alabama State. Got off to a bit of a slow start, but has really picked it up as of late. Has gotten that batting average up to .320. Well, Snyder went with the slider there. Got Santiago out in front. He'll tap it back to the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes. Snyder really in a groove. No balls, 2 strikes. Snyder comes set. He'll check on Clark at second. Here's the pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3. Well, if one thing is for sure, it is that Lindy Hall will give the outside corner. He's punched a couple of guys out there now, and players are going to have to make their adjustments. And now we see the first at-bat of Bryson Worrell in a Waynesboro Generals uniform. Pitch outside for a ball. Bryson, a big kid as well. I noticed that when watching him play for ECU in a regional ball game. And after this pitch, we'll get you his listing. Swung on and missed. But for Worrell, he's 6'2", 210 pounds, solid build. East Carolina University. He's going to be a junior next year, and he's from Sims, North Carolina. ECU just finally getting bounced. This ball fouled off. They really got, not to upset any of those ECU fans out there, and I don't think they would shy away from it either, but Louisville really steamrolled them at just double-digit wins, or a double-digit margin in each win in the Super Regional. Pitch outside for a ball. Two balls and 2 strikes now to Bryson Worrell. Worrell looking to try and not strand that leadoff double. Pitch outside for a ball. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Since Wes Clark doubled to lead things off, we've had 2 strikeouts. It'll be a full count pitch. Jackson Green waits on deck, the third baseman. The pitch rides inside, and Worrell will work his way on in his first plate appearance. So it'll be runners at first and second now for Jackson Green.
From Florida State, Jackson Green.
Green still looking for his first hit in the Valley League. It's 0 for 14 to this point. Takes the first pitch down low for a ball. The Florida State University commit, listed at 6 foot, 190 pounds, from Live Oak, Florida. This pitch swung on and missed. One ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed it again. And now Tristan Snyder, again, another strike away from striking out the side. He's already got 3 to this point in the inning and 2/3 that he has thrown. Pitch hit hard out towards center field. Chasing back to center fielder Brophy, but he makes the running catch there just shy of the warning track. So the Generals get no runs on 1 hit. That was the leadoff double by Wes Clark. They're not able to get him around because of 2 strikeouts. And by Tristan Snyder, who has worked a pretty good 2 innings here for the Staunton Braves. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. Still no score here from Waynesboro.
And we are still scoreless. Taking a look at our upcoming schedule.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a budding baseball player in your dugout? Did you know that each team in the Valley Baseball League offers youth baseball camps for players, in the Waynesboro Generals case, ages 6 to 14? Well, this is your player's chance to work closely with the players in this league. To attend the Waynesboro Generals baseball camp, please visit our website at waynesborogenerals.net. And that's waynesborogenerals.net. You can see when all these camps are. They have, for the Generals, we have 3 separate camps, all differing in age. Some cover fundamentals, some cover the Rising Stars. The Rising Stars usually ages 11 to 14. You get those guys out there in front of Coach Cole, as well as the rest of the coaching staff and some of the players here for the Generals. Well, here on Bark in the Park night, we've got dogs galore here. A nice crowd here on a Saturday night. You would expect so with this South Division rivalry that's getting its new chapter right here tonight. Staunton just down the road from the Waynesboro Generals, probably about a 10 to 15 minute trip. Devin Judy working on McCarty. Pitch in there for a strike. Well, Ryan McCarty playing second base today from Penn State Abingdon. Yardley, Pennsylvania native. Pitch down low for a ball. And we talked to Coach Mossman, who does his coaching during the season at Mary Washington, another Division III school, saying that McCarty is a good get for the Braves because he's one of the best Division III baseball players in the country. So high praise from Ryan Mossman for McCarty. Pitch in there for a strike, and he's down 1-2 in the count to Devin Judy. McCarty, 5'11", 170 pounds. Fouled down the third base line and out of play. No runs, no hits, no runs, no hits, 1 error for the Braves. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Gens. Pitch just misses inside. Judy wanted it, giving a little bit of a grimace towards home place, but we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Judy with the pitch. Fouled down the third base line again. And Judy with 2 strikeouts in that last inning. Those are his only 2 to this point. McCarty, to this point in the year, struggling a bit. 172 batting average. He's got 5 hits and 29 tries. He does have a double and a triple. Pitch inside for a ball, and we'll load up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Judy has walked 1. He walked Eli Davis back in the first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Beautifully spotted there from Devin Judy. Went low and in to McCarty, who just couldn't get the bat head out and then felt jammed. Put together not one of his better swings. So it'll be the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Devin Judy. And it'll be Casey Hare stepping to the plate. Hare playing third base tonight. 6'2", 175 pounds. Just finished up his freshman campaign at High Point University. Pitch outside for a ball. He's a native of Maryville, Tennessee. He's down in southern Tennessee. That's close to Georgia. Not too far from the Tennessee-Georgia border. Pitch up high for a ball. And I could be wrong, but it just felt like the Tennessee-Georgia border was pretty close whenever myself, I played at Ferrum College. Maryville, Tennessee was in our conference. As Hare's going to flip that one out to center field for a base hit. It'll be the first base hit for the Braves today. I didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Just took what Judy gave him. Pitch was on the outside part of the plate. Just flipped it into center field where nobody was. And we'll have a 1-out base runner for the Braves. This is a spot where Judy would like to continue what he's done to this point. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of innings. His longest outing in his first 2 outings for the Gins has just been 4 innings. He's worked 4 and then 3 in his other start, so trying to at least equal that 3-inning outing that he put together here tonight with at least 2 more outs. He'll be working on Colin Hopkins to try to get one of those 2 outs, maybe even both. Pitch in there for a strike. Count is now 1-1. Hopkins doing the catching duties tonight. 5'11", 185 pounds, from Western Kentucky University. He's from Franklin, Tennessee. And next year he'll undergo his senior season. Pitch swung on. Curveball that ended up way out of the zone. That's how you know that Devin's got the sharp breaking ball tonight. He's not had a lot of comfortable swings off of it. For Hopkins, he's batting 182. He's playing in just his 4th ball game. He's got 2 hits and 11 tries. Has driven in 3 runs. Pitch. Rides outside for a ball. He went back to the slider again. Can't say I blame Judy. After getting the swing on a pitch that was way out of the zone, you got to try it again, don't you? See if Hopkins will oblige again. But Hopkins learns from his mistakes, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Judy. Down low for a ball, now 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. So decision time for Tyree Blaylock. Does he send the runner, or does he hold him up? Hopkins has struck out 6 times in his 11 plate appearances, so a guy that you're not all that confident in putting the ball in play. And for Hare, he does not have a stolen base on the year. Ball was fouled off down the 3rd base line. He was not going on the pitch. So Hare with no stolen bases, and you've got Hopkins at the dish, who has struck out over half the times that he's been to the plate. And here's the pitch. Runner not going, but Hopkins will take down low for ball 4. So it'll be runners at first and second with 1 away. And we'll be back to the top of the lineup. Kent Rooklyn will step to the plate, the shortstop. Flew out to straightaway center field in his first plate appearance, batting .372 on the year coming in. Judy trying to work around his 2nd walk of the ball game. Needs a ground ball here. Bunt attempt from Rooklyn. They'll say he did attempt at it, so that'll be a swinging strike there. Now Green, just a couple steps behind, even with the bag there at 3rd base. Wes Clark playing well behind the runner at first. Guys up the middle in good double play depth situation. Rooklyn does not square bunt to this time and takes outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 away here in the inning. 2 runners have reached base for the Braves since that strikeout to lead off the inning. Pitch just misses outside. Judy wanted that one. It's a spot that he's gotten a couple of times tonight, and he went back to the well. This time, Lindy Hall did not budge behind the dish. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Green at 3rd, Profit at short, Lopez at 2nd, and Wes Clark at 1st. That is your defensive positioning for the Generals. Devin Judy on the mound. Pitch skied in the air down the right field line. It's dropping, and it's going to fall unharmed in foul territory. So that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Kent Rooklyn. Rooklyn with 6 RBIs out of that leadoff spot. Has just 1 extra base hit. the 2-2. In the dirt for a ball. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it seems like when Judy has gotten the Braves to go fishing, that's when he's been at his most dominant. But the Braves, in this inning at least, have managed to lay off a couple of those breaking balls from Judy that have found the other batter's box or have been a bit low. So it'll be a 3-2 count. Pitch on the ground to shortstop. It's Profit. His throw to second base, not in time. We'll give that a base hit. You could probably try and argue a fielder's choice there, but I don't think he gets anybody there. So give credit there mostly to Colin Hopkins, who's hustling from first base to second. That gets his man a base hit. So that goes as a infield single for Kent Rooklyn. And it'll load the bases for Eli Davis. Quasano going to go and talk to his teammate from Gannon. Eli Davis playing right field, 6 foot, 195 pounds from Arkansas State University. .319 batting average. Got 15 hits in 47 at-bats. 3 home runs, so a good amount of power out of this left-handed batter's box. The pitch from Judy. Rides inside, almost hits Davis. Generals get fortunate there. Davis has also scored 17 runs. So when he gets on base, most of the time he ends up coming around to score. Ball skied in the air. Out into left center field. This looks like it's going to be able to do it. Yeah, Jackson Tate won't even try and make the throw to home. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Eli Davis as Casey Hare comes in to score. So a sacrifice fly to center field for Eli Davis. And Davis will pick up his 10th RBI on the season. When the Braves strike first, they get the first run of the ball game here in the top of the third on the strength of a sacrifice fly off the bat of Eli Davis. Now Andrew Check, another guy that going to be a tough out here. Generals put him on a bit of a shift. And a pickoff move, and this one hits the runner at second base. That's Hopkins. And again, the Generals fortunate that that one didn't get away. Jackson Tate was busting in from center field, but still, you never know with a play like that. And we're going to have a little bit of a timeout for Colin Hopkins, who took that one, looked to be in the ribs. Such a tough play for a base runner. When you're diving back into second base, those ribs are just exposed. And the throw from Judy was a little bit low, and he pulled across it a bit. And it ended up sticking Hopkins right in those ribs. But another RBI situation for a man that has taken the most of his opportunities. We'll just say that. 26 RBIs in his first 12 ball games here in the Valley League. Andrew Check. He's 0 for 1. He did ground into a 3-6-1 double play in his last plate appearance. .423 batting average. 22 hits and 52 at-bats. Swung on and missed. So an 0-1 count now to Check. If you're asking how is he getting all these RBIs, well, he's got 9 doubles. And he's also got 4 home runs. So you got to think, anytime a guy on second base or first base with 9 doubles and 4 home runs, he's probably bringing them in from just about everywhere. Doesn't really need to be in scoring position. He'll swing through this one, though. 0-2. Judy really going with the off-speed. Has gotten him out in front and went with a nasty little change-up there. Has gotten the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Still got to be careful here if you're Judy. Dangerous hitter at the plate, 6'6", working against 5'8". And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off at the plate. Head check way out in front again. Generals do have him shifted a bit at second base at least. Kobe Lopez playing the hole at second. Everybody else playing pretty straight up. It's an odd shift here. And this might not be something you hear from the coaching side of things. It might just be Kobe Lopez trying to give himself a bit of an advantage out at second base. He's giving up a lot of room up the middle, though. With Profit not shifted as well, he's giving up, as we mentioned, a lot of room. This ball on the ground up the first base line. It'll be Wes Clark. He'll step on first, and he'll retire. Check for out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the third after the Braves strike for 1 here in the top half. They get the sacrifice fly off the bat of Eli Davis. 1-0 Braves here from Waynesboro.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Cady G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
They keep grabbing on the way in. Anyway, it'll be Christian Profit before we get back to the top of the lineup with Kobe Lopez and Seth Kennedy. But Profit, the shortstop from Florida Gulf Coast University, will lead things off with his .318 batting average. Pitch in there for a strike. And boy, that is something that Tristan Snyder has done well tonight. Pitcher on the mound, the sophomore from the College of William & Mary, has worked ahead in the count. He comes right back in with a curveball. This one also a called strike, not giving the hitters a lot of good hitters counts to work with. With the Generals not being super aggressive early in counts, he's put them on the defensive a bit. And Profit going to swing at this one in the dirt. Throw down to first base is in time. 3 pitches and 3 strikes there from Tristan Snyder, and you can tell the guy's just not seeing the ball very well. Profit took 2 basically right down the middle and then swung at that one. That was in the dirt. Let's bring up Kobe Lopez. Kobe 0 for 1, but did reach via the error to start things off here for the Staunton Braves. Then was caught trying to steal. Got way too early of a jump. Pitch on the ground and foul. One ball, 1 strike the count. To the leadoff man out of Florida International University. Struck well out into left field. It'll be a base hit for Kobe Lopez. He'll move to 1 for 2 on the night. And Kobe will we'll see if he continues his aggressive streak that he's had going out at first base, or if he decides to lay back a bit. It's twice now that he's been caught stealing, trying to get the early jump. And here's Seth Kennedy, another Florida International man. And the pitch First pitch swinging, drives it out into center field. Lopez going to round second base, and he's going to go back into second. Well, Coach Cole held him up there at second base, but Brophy had a little bit of problem with it in center field. Maybe an opportunity for Lopez to be able to move up, but they'll keep runners at first and second with Eli Quiseno coming up to the plate.
The catcher, Elijah Quiseno.
Quiseno will step to the plate with runners at first and second, and we mentioned just briefly about how Snyder has been working ahead in counts, and with the Generals not being aggressive early in the counts, they've been on the defensive, but they've made an adjustment here on the second go-around. Kobe Lopez went after one early, and then Seth Kennedy, first pitch swinging, drives it into center field. Quiseno takes a pitch outside the zone now for ball one. And maybe that's something you see if the Generals punish Snyder a bit early in counts, as Quiseno will take that one outside for a strike. If they punish him early in counts, maybe Snyder doesn't come across with as many first pitch strikes. And then maybe he works from behind a bit. The Generals get into a good hitter's count. A lot of things can snowball from there. We'll see how Snyder responds to giving up a few hits early in counts in this inning. Pitch in there for a strike. Boy, he is dicing it up tonight. He is throwing, just spotting things very well. And it could just prove to be Snyder's night if he continues this rate. It is early, though, and he has surrendered 3 hits. No runs to this point. 1 ball, 2 strike count to the catcher out of Gannon University. Pitch down low for a ball. Give him a lot of credit at laying off one there from Snyder. Quiseno really the first guy that's been able to lay off that pitch. He wanted to go after it. He checked his swing. Did so in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on with 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning from Waynesboro, Virginia. If you're just joining us, I'm Ty Comer. The Braves got their 1 run in the top of the 3rd off of a sacrifice fly by Eli Davis. Snyder has been effective on the mound for the Braves. Ball sharply hit down the line for Quiseno, and it'll get into left field. Around third base comes Lopez. Into third base comes Kennedy. And Quiseno motors into second. We'll have 2 runners in scoring position now after the RBI double by Eli Quiseno. That one got right down the line. Give the third baseman Hare quite a bit of credit. Almost got there. Just outside the outstretched arm of the diving third baseman. So we'll have 2 runners in scoring position for a guy that has done pretty well on his own here for RBIs. That's Wes Clark. This ball in between short and third, and it's going to get in there for a base hit. An RBI single for Wes Clark. It'll be his 2nd hit. Lazy throw into the second base, and Wes Clark going to move in for a double. We'll give Clark a lot of credit there. You know, a lot of stuff is made about how, you know, the base running's not as good anymore, and you know, guys aren't doing the fundamental things. Well, Wes Clark rounded first base there, expecting to go to second base. Then once he saw that the throw from Worley was a slow one into the infield, he wasted no time at darting into second base, and that'll actually go as a double. So back-to-back RBI doubles for the Generals, and it'll be 2nd and 3rd now for Jackson Tate.
Number 7, the center fielder, Jackson Tate.
So after a mound visit there to try and calm down Snyder, after giving up back-to-back RBI doubles, we'll have a pitch to Jackson Tate. He takes in there for a strike. Snyder went back to the fastball there, went higher in the zone. Got the call. Runners in scoring position for Jackson Tate. .273 batting average coming into today. And he'll foul this one off at the plate. Has 7 RBIs for the Gens. Good enough for second on the team. Wes Clark picked up his RBI double to give him 10. He leads the team in RBI. Jackson fouls this one away. So it's still 0-2. Jackson 0 for 1 today. He did strike out swinging back in the second inning. General's doing a nice job at, again, early in counts, hitting pitches that Snyder is just trying to get ahead. 0-2. Fouled off at the plate again. Good battle brewing here from Jackson Tate with Tristan Snyder needing an out. Defense of the Braves looks like they're willing to concede a run, maybe not to third base. Third baseman playing just a little bit past even with the bag. This one's skied in the air to right field. It's going to chase back the right fielder, so that's going to do the job. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Jackson Tate, and Wes Clark's going to also move into third base. So a lot of credit there for Jackson Tate. He went with the pitch that was maybe off the plate and did a nice job at flying out to deep right field. A no-stress sacrifice fly.
Santiago Garcia.
And that'll bring up Santiago Garcia. Garcia looking to pick up maybe a 2-out RBI here with Wes Clark waiting just 90 feet away. Swung on and missed. Hip seemed to fly out a bit there on the curveball. I think in a situation like that, you saw Santiago basically selling out for a fastball. Then once he didn't get it, he just went ahead and finished his swing. Didn't want to make any weak contact. Pitch outside for a ball. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful night here in Waynesboro. Getting in just our 9th ball game. This one struck well into center field. It's going to be a 2-out RBI base hit from Santiago Garcia. Wes Clark comes in to score. Score is now 4-1 in favor of the Generals. And is a 4-run bottom of the 3rd. Well, he got that fastball that he was selling out for early on in the count. And this time, he didn't miss it. Bryson Worrell is in there. He took outside for ball 1 and then also took that one in there for a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the big lefty out of ECU. Swung on and missed. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Worrell along with Connor Norby coming into Waynesboro after their Pirates were bounced in the Super Regionals against Louisville. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catcher Hopkins wanted it. Didn't get the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hopkins gave the old head tilt. Said it was close. But then told Snyder he needed to come up just about a couple inches to maybe get that call. Here's Bryson Worrell. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Takes in the dirt for ball 3. And now Santiago Garcia should get a head start at first base. We'll see if they elect to keep Brown there at first and hold him on, or if they get behind the runner. He will go behind the runner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wise move here with the left-hander at the plate. Garcia off the pitch. Ball off the end of the bat, and it's going to sink into center field. Now we might have a play at third base. In comes Santiago Garcia. He's going to be safe, and Worrell is going to move up on the throw. So it'll be a 2-out single. He moves up on the throw, and it'll be runners at second and third now for the Generals. And things aren't done quite yet.
Third baseman Jackson Green.
Well, the Generals have batted around. Jackson Green will be the 9th man to bat in this inning. Pitch in there for a called strike. When Snyder started this inning, it looked like it was going to be more of the same. He struck out Profit on 3 straight pitches, as Green fouls this one straight back. It's now 0-2. But boy, once it turned back over for the second time through the lineup, the Generals have really done some damage. To this point, 4 runs on 6 hits. And boy, if Jackson Green could find a way to pick up his first hit of the summer, right now would be a big time for it. He cannot do so. Pitch is in the dirt. Throw down to first base is high and it gets away. Santiago Garcia will score. And they will hold Worrell at third base. But just again, the Braves get a bit nonchalant, and this one gets thrown out to right field. And that's going to be it for Tristan Snyder. Well, he had gotten out of the inning there on the strikeout of Jackson Green. But the errant throw from Hopkins behind the dish, and that's going to end his day. So now it'll be runners at first and third. We'll warn you of this new arm for the Braves. Whenever we can get a good look at it. But bad luck there for Snyder. He will give up 5 runs on 7 hits. Only one of those runs was unearned, though. I will say that. The last run was unearned, but everything else before that was earned. The other error was leadoff when Kobe Lopez grounded to short. But he ended up getting put out on a caught stealing. So
this call from the bullpen brought to you by Bankers Insurance, your hometown.
4 runs earned there for Tristan Snyder. He might get a few more runs on his record if the Generals are able to maybe find a way to get some more runs in, but it won't be any earned runs. He is responsible for the runners on, but at the same time, they will all go unearned if they score any more at this point. Still have not seen the number here for the Braves pitcher. Still working on that. Looks like number 5, so I'm going to take a guess and say it's 5, which would make him Mitchell Guerreri from Goldie Beacom College. 6 foot 195-pound junior from Greentown, Pennsylvania. He steps in for Tristan Snyder here in the third. Well, for Guerreri on the season, he's got a 5.68 ERA. This will be his 4th ball game pitched in. He's given up 6 1/3, or he's pitched 6 1/3 innings. He's given up 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 3, and he has struck out 5. Now, with those numbers, you wouldn't think that he has a great win-loss record, but he does. 2-0. 2-0 out of the bullpen for the Braves. And he will face Christian Profit. So now the Gens have officially batted around in this inning. Be the 10th man to the plate. And here's the pitch. Skied into center field. It's going to chase back Brophy, but that will end the inning. So Guerreri does his job. He gets the out that they were looking for. But not before some damage was done by the Generals. Here in the bottom of the third. 5 runs on 6 hits. And an error made by the Braves. We'll go to the top of the fourth. 5-1 your score here from Waynesboro. Ronald Brown and Colin Brophy do up for the Braves in this inning. Worley 0 for 1 with a strikeout to this point. Devin Judy out there for his 4th inning of work. As we mentioned, has only gone a season high of 4 innings in his start. So he'll look for maybe a quick one here in the 4th. Try and maybe get that win, that elusive win. He's not been able to get to this point. He's pitched well enough to get it, obviously with that 1.28 ERA coming into this ball game. Just hasn't pitched the required 5 innings from the starter that you need to get the win. Pitch outside for a ball. That's a weird ruling for me in baseball. I understand, especially now with the guys that they go with openers in the major leagues that throw 2 innings to open, and then they have guys come in that'll throw 6 or 7 innings after that. As this pitch misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. It's a weird ruling. I feel like 4 innings should be enough. I don't understand why you have to go over a half a game to get a win. Anyway, I'm off my tangent. He misses outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count for Logan Worley. Worley from Young Harris College. One of 4 Young Harris College players that were on the roster for Waynesboro, and he's going to take inside for a ball. And he'll go down to first base with a leadoff walk. It was Logan Worley, Cole Jackson, McLean Harris, and Dylan Nix, all here for Waynesboro. Once players started to come in, Cole Jackson was sent home. He was also sent to the Braves, but something got lost in translation there and ended up going home. Logan Worley was sent to the Braves. We still have Dylan Nix and McLean Harris on the roster for the Gents. And this pitch misses outside to Ronald Brown for a ball 1. Judy struggling a bit with command. After throwing the first pitch strike in the inning to Worley, he has now thrown 5 consecutive balls. One ball, no strike count to Ronald Brown. Pitch in there for a strike. He finds that outside corner that he's been searching for. Brown, 6'3", 255 pounds. He's the guy that is from the University of Houston as well as Houston, Texas. Wearing number 45 for the Braves. Big swing, fouled straight back. And that's really the first comfortable hack I've seen today off of Judy. Ronald Brown, the man getting it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Judy with another game that kind of fits how his season has gone to this point. Just 2 hits. He has given up a run, but has thrown a lot of pitches here in the early going. Skied in the air. This one out into a troubled area down the right field line. It drops foul. Well, right off the bat, I knew that was going to be a tough spot for any of the players to get to, especially Wes Clark, who's holding Logan Worley on at first. It'd be a long run for Kobe Lopez and an even longer run for Bryson Worrell out at right, and it just drops foul. So Generals get a bit lucky there that it's in foul territory, not fair. We'll do this again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Judy. Outside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don't see a lot of long sleeves out there. It must still be warm. Still listed at 75 degrees here in Waynesboro. Sunny. Ball on the ground to shortstop. Here's Profit to Lopez at second, to first base in time, and we've got a double play. So the leadoff walk is erased by the double play. The 6-4-3 turned by Profit. Lopez over to Wes Clark. First base in time. So we will have Colin Brophy stepping to the plate. Brophy, 0 for 1. An unlucky 0 for 1, I'll say. He hit that ball sharply back up the middle, but Devin Judy did a nice job at fielding his position. Now for Devin Judy, you have 2 outs after the double play ball. This is a time where you'd like to see him be aggressive, and he is. Goes with the first pitch slider over the plate for a strike. Judy thinking about getting out of this 4th inning. This ball hit hard down the left field line. It's drifting and it'll land foul. Did not have home run distance. It got down into the Waynesboro bullpen down there though. But it's no balls and 2 strikes to the center fielder from George Washington University. Or George Washington, a team that was stacked with pro guys. Dom D'Alessandro, who played for Charlottesville last year, pitch down low for a ball. As well as their shortstop, I believe his name was Will Fastnacht. Guy had just unbelievable numbers, just video game numbers. And I'm not talking about video games, I'm talking about video games on rookie level. Anyway, Colin Brophy swings through this one for strike 3. Good inning there for Devin Judy. After the leadoff walk, he gets the 6-4-3 double play and strikes out Brophy. We will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Generals leading 5-1 here in Waynesboro.
Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League's All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, right here at Veterans Memorial Park on the JMU campus. Please plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30 p.m., the fun starts at 3:30 p.m. with batting practice. The 60-yard dash and home run derby starts at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for kids ages 3 to 12. And if they come in uniform, they get it for free. So mark those calendars, Sunday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m., right here in Veterans Memorial Park. You don't want to miss this. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play.
Well, it'll be Guerreri back out there to face the top of the lineup for the Generals. It'll be Lopez, Kennedy, and Quiseno. Guerreri did his job in the last inning. Got Christian Profit to fly out to center field. Profit put a decent little charge into it, but he was played in a pretty good position there by Colin Brophy. So here comes Kobe. 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a .307 batting average entering today, so it's gone up a little bit. He's been on base both times. Reached on the error in his first plate appearance in the first and ripped a single in between shortstop and third base, a popular area back in that 3rd inning. And here we go with the 4th. Kobe rips one high down the left field line. It's drifting and will get foul. Well, he caught it off the end of the bat just a bit. I thought maybe off the bat, but you could tell that ball just did not launch like it was supposed to. Got it off the end of the bat just a bit. So an 0-1 count now from Guerreri to Kobe Lopez. Takes outside for a ball. Well, we have seen Kobe hit some foul balls with home run distance this year. A lot of pop from the little guy. I don't like calling people little guys, but when it comes to Kobe, he's listed at 5'6", 155 pounds. Ball struck well into center field. It's sinking, but Brophy makes a nice catch in center. So keep this in mind. Kobe's listed at 5'6", 155 pounds. On the FIU roster, he's listed at 5'4". So take it for what it's worth. One might be with cleats on, the other maybe barefooted, but Kobe not the biggest guy in stature, but has played very well for both the Newmarket Rebels last year and now is doing a great job playing in the infield for the Gens and hitting in the leadoff spot. Well, Kennedy is quickly up 2-0. Guerreri missing on both pitches. Kennedy also 1 for 2. This one's skied in the air down the right field line. A lot of foul room in foul territory here in Waynesboro. It'll drop foul. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Seth Kennedy. Kennedy with a .444 batting average entering today. 8 hits and 18 at bats. He's got 2 doubles and 2 triples with 7 RBI. Good numbers for the man out of FIU. Pitch misses up high. So now another good hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Look for Kennedy to let it rip. He does. It hits it high and deep out into center field. Back goes Brophy in front of the track, and he'll have it for out number 2. Well, Kennedy just missed it. The wind is blowing out towards center field, so he might have gotten even a little bit more help from the wind. But it seemed to just get out there and die a bit. And it'll be put away for out number 2. And I tell you what, Brophy has had a busy day out there in center field. First pitch misses to Eli Coseno, and the second pitch is skied in the air down the right field line. Long run for all involved, and it'll be the right fielder. And it'll be Davis coming in to make the catch for out number 3. So after what was a spectacular inning in the third for the Generals, the bottom of the 4th goes a little bit unfruitful. 2 flyouts to center and a flyout to right, and we'll go to the top of the 5th. 5-1 your score. The Generals on top of the Braves of Staunton.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Have a new pitcher on the mound for the Generals. So Devin Judy goes 4 yet again. Again, not a guy that has gone long enough to get his first win, and will not be able to do so again here tonight. It'll be Zach Blankenship stepping to the mound. The left-hander out of Valdosta State University. Valdosta State University, 6 foot, 200 pounds from Fleming Island, Florida. He'll be a senior next year. So far for the Generals. We'll get you his numbers here in just a moment.
3 for $1, $5 gets you a stretch.
Blankenship has a 1.80 ERA. He's thrown in 3 games. This will be his 4th. He's thrown 5 innings, given up 5 hits, 3 runs, but only one of them was earned. He's walked 2 and has struck out 5. He's 1-0 with that 1.80 ERA. The guys that he will be tasked at going after here for the Braves will be the bottom 3 in the order. Ryan McCarty, Casey Hare, and Colin Hopkins. Well, just because it's the bottom of the order, do not take them lightly. Hare was the man that really got things started back in the third inning to get that one run up on the board for the Braves. This one to McCarty is swung on and missed. So Zach Blankenship will now be the pitcher of record if things stand. A lot of baseball to play left, so don't want to speculate too early. This one down the right field line, long run for Bryson Worrell, and he makes the catch right down the line there in fair territory. So it'll be an F9 to start things out. Casey Hare will step to the plate. Casey Hare, 1 for 1. Got a .290 batting average. He's the man that did end up coming around to score. He singled to center with one away in the third. So it'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup now. Pitch misses down low for a ball. Blankenship comes set. The big lefty fires in there for a strike. Blankenship has done a nice job when coming into the ball game for the Generals. This one misses down low for a ball. Two balls and one strike to count to Casey Hare. Left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, playing third base today. Pitch in there for a strike. The sophomore from High Point University. And a 2-2 count, working against Zach Blankenship, the senior from Valdosta State. Pitch swung on and missed. Well, I thought it might be tough there for Hare with the lefty-on-lefty matchup. And we're starting to go away from that in baseball now, as they're starting to talk about ways to speed up the game, and they're talking about maybe players having to face at least 3 batters in an inning. So lefty specialists might be going by the wayside, but boy, it's really tough to see lefties get good swings off on Zach Blankenship, as he's going to make this one in there for a called strike to a pinch hitter, it looks like. It's going to be number 10 for the Staunton Braves, and that'll be Devin Adams. He'll take strike 2, so quickly 2 called strikes on Devin Adams, who is a catcher, so I'm guessing he will go ahead and stay in there to do the catching duties. 5'11", 201 pounds from George Mason University, South Riding, Virginia. Ball shot into right field. Good piece of hitting with 2 strikes on him. And it'll go as a single. Well, Adams had a .333 batting average coming into today, and we'll bump that up a bit with the base hit out into right field. Well, it will end the day for Colin Hopkins. Hopkins was 0 for 0. He did work his way on via the walk, but did give up that one unearned run back in the third inning with his throwing error on the drop third strike. But it'll be Kent Rooklyn now, who takes in there for a called strike. Blankenship really pounding the zone. He's working against Rooklyn, who's 1 for 2. Singled in his last plate appearance in the 6th. A little bit of 50-50 going on. Pitch is in there for a strike. Fans are getting their money's worth tonight as Stuart Barrett is the man doing the stretch, the 50-50 stretch. Stuart, another George Mason man. 6'6", 210 pounds. Pitch rides inside. Very fortunate that that one did not get a piece of Rooklyn. Bailey Wimberly also out there from the University of Memphis in Eads, Tennessee. He's also helping with the 50-50. As we mentioned, good crowd in here tonight. One of the better ones we've seen this season. Pitch fouled away. Count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, it's Kent Rooklyn now. Eli Davis waits on deck, still yet to record an at-bat. He's walked and had a sacrifice fly to bring in Casey Hare back in the top of the 3rd. But we're here in the top of the 5th. Blankenship now. Pitch misses just down low. A good pitch there from Zach. Looked like it was a strike for quite a while and ended up dipping out of the zone. Good take by Rooklyn. And we'll have a 2-ball, 2-strike count with Devon Adams at first base. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes, so Adams will get a head start from first. With the right-hander up, not quite as imperative that you play behind the runner at first, but they might elect to do so anyway. We'll have to see, especially with a left-hander on the mound. You can always try the hanging pickoff move. They will not try to pick him off, and he will deliver outside for a ball. So now 2 runners on after the first 2 were retired. We'll go to Eli Davis. Well, Davis, as we previously mentioned, 0 for 0 in this ball game. Sacrifice fly and a walk. Still that .319 batting average. Eli, 6 foot, 195 pounds, from Arkansas State University in Staunton, Tennessee. Be another lefty on lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Blankenship went upstairs with the fastball. Davis. I can't see his eyes light up from back here, but I'm sure everybody else could out there. Eyes lit up. Went after that high pitch. Wasn't able to get there. No balls, 1 strike. Rooklyn at first base. Adams at second. Here's the pitch. On the ground to second base. Lopez comes in. He'll throw to first in time for out number 3. Well, after 2 outs to start the inning, 2 runners do reach base for the Braves on the strength of just 1 hit. They get no runs, and the Generals make no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through this ball game here in Waynesboro. 5-1 your score. The Generals on top of the Braves.
Hey baseball fans, Graham Knight here for the Valley Baseball League. Just wanting to give a shout out to one of our newest sponsors, Stephen Toyota. Stephen Toyota's in Harrisonburg, Virginia. They've been an avid sponsor of the Harrisonburg Turks for years. I want to let you know that I'd buy a Toyota from them, and I'm thrilled to introduce them to you as our Southern Division sponsor. That means every time a team from the Southern Division, whether it's Harrisonburg, the Staunton Braves, the Waynesboro Generals, the Charlottesville Tom Sox, or the Covington Lumberjacks, whenever they play anywhere, you'll be seeing a Stephen Toyota commercial in those live streams. We couldn't do these live streams without him. So a warm welcome to Stephen Toyota from Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you're looking for a car and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, please stop in and see Ryan. Let him know that you appreciate his help with these live streams and take a good look at their inventory. I love what I saw there, and I got to be honest, one of my favorite cars was a 2009 Camry Hybrid. I sold it to a guy after 150,000 miles. He called me back about 7 to 8 months later to thank me for selling him that car. He'd actually gone another 50,000 miles in it and was just putting a new set of tires on it. So if you're into Toyotas and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, give our newest sponsor, Stephen Toyota, a good look. Thank you, Ryan. It's great to have you on our team.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van, and SUV is smile priced now to save you more. And every certified used Toyota on the lot is also smile priced at Stephen Toyota, where you get more for your trade, more credit options to help you get approved, and exceptional service after the sale too. If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Stephen Toyota.
Mitchell Guerreri will be out there for his third inning of work. He came on back in the third. He got out of the inning with a fly out to center, then worked a nice, clean bottom of the fourth. Got 2 flyouts to center and a flyout to right, so has gotten 4 flyouts for all 4 of his outs. 3 of them have been to center field, the other one to right. And he'll have to face Wes Clark, who is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles to this point. He's also tacked on an RBI. The extra base hit machine tonight is Wes Clark. Pitch misses down low for a ball. Wes from University of South Carolina at Columbia, where he plays for the Gamecocks. Pitch misses down low for a ball. I want to say he plays for Ray Tanner because that was the long-time head coach at South Carolina, but I'm not sure if he's still there or not. So somebody will have to check me on that one. Pitch rides up high for another ball. 3-0 the count. Wes, a native of Forest, Virginia, down around the Lynchburg area. Pitch is in there for a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. He was drafted last year in the last round of the Major League first-year player draft. Drafted in the 40th by the Milwaukee Brewers. Ball on the ground, hits off the bag. Long throw across the infield, not in time. So an infield single from Wes Clark. He's 3 for 3 tonight. That's just something that we've grown accustomed to seeing here for Waynesboro. Is Wes Clark really just wreaking havoc at the plate. Jackson Tate steps to the plate. And boy, once you have to face Wes Clark and then the very next batter face Jackson Tate, not an easy task for opposing pitching staffs. This one's fouled down the third base line. Coach Cole makes a stab at it, doesn't come up with it cleanly. It'll be an E5 coaching box. It'll be Jackson Tate, who's 0 for 1. He does have a sacrifice fly to right field. That was back in the third. Pickoff attempt on Wes Clark, not in time. Wes hasn't stole a base this summer. But as you can tell with the ground ball down the third base line that he beats out, does have a little bit of speed. And Wes is going to take off. Throw down to second base. Got him. Well, a nice throw there by the newly inserted Adams behind the dish. He's going to nab Wes Clark for out number 1. Pitch was also outside for a ball, so it's a 1-1 count. And that pitch also misses. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Jackson Tate. Nobody on, 1 away. Pitch up high for a ball. 3-1. Jackson does have 1 home run on the year. It was an inside the Parker. That was this past week against Purcellville. That was up at Fireman's Park. Pitch inside for a ball. And now the true speed, not to throw any slight at Wes Clark, but Jackson Tate with a little bit more fleet of foot will work his way on for his first time tonight. On the 5-pitch walk, it'll be Santiago Garcia stepping to the plate. Santi picked up a base hit in his last plate appearance. Scored an unearned run earlier. He's 1 for 2. Batting average of .320 coming into today's contest. Also picked up an RBI with that single earlier. This one's sharply hit, and that one's going to get into left field, and another base hit for Santi. Well, kind of an odd play there. It'll go as a single for sure. But I'm not sure that Hare really knew how hard that ball was hit. The ball was hit pretty well off the bat of Garcia. I don't think he would tell you that he hammered it. But Hare kind of got down onto the knees a little bit prematurely, and that ball ended up getting by him out into the left field on a dive to his left. but it'll be a base hit either way you look at it. And the Generals now cooking something up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bryson Worrell swings through the first pitch with Tate at second base and Garcia at first. Worrell 1 for 1 in his early goings with the Generals. Takes outside for a ball. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 5th. Had the single, the little looper into center field. Ended up scoring a run. Pitch outside for a ball. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 also misses. And all of a sudden, Guerreri really struggling to find the strike zone. Has fallen behind a bit more in this inning. 3-1 count to Bryson Worrell. Pitch just catches the outside corner. Good pitch to fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Another interesting strategy here. Do you start the runners? 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. With a guy like Worrell at the plate, you've got Tate at second. Runners do not go. Pitch is skied in the air to left field. It's chasing the left fielder back. He's looking up. He makes the play on the warning track. Here comes Jackson Tate from second. He's going to move into third. But that ball got out there a little bit further than I originally expected. It didn't look like Worrell got all of it. But he did chase the left fielder back. That is Worley out there. Makes the play out in front of the Moe's sign there by the 355 marker.
Third baseman Jackson Green.
So an F7 and a runner advancing. So a runner just 90 feet away for Jackson Green. Green still hitless. Did work his way on in his last plate appearance. This one's skied in the air. It's going to stay in the infield. Way up there. Third baseman over. Hare makes the catch. Well, it didn't look all that easy, but he did reel it in. The Generals get no runs on 2 hits that time around. Wes Clark was picked off stealing. And so now we will head to the top of the 6th inning. The score still stands at 5-1. All the scoring has happened in the 3rd inning. Zach Blankenship will head out for his 2nd inning of work here in Waynesboro.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
So after their off night on Monday, they'll be back in Purcellville. So they'll make that northern trip again. That'll be next Tuesday. Woodstock on Wednesday. And then so after the 2 games at home against Newmarket tomorrow, the next home game after that will be Thursday, June 20th. And they will welcome in these same Staunton Braves. Zach Blankenship will work against Andrew Check, Logan Worley, and Ronald Brown in this inning.
He comes off with DH Andrew Check.
Check to this point was grounded out to first base twice. One of them just happened to be a 3-6-1 double play. The other one was a 3 unassisted to end the 3rd inning. And so you might see a bit more of a shift again, and this time it'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup for check. Here's the pitch. Down and out for a ball to start things out for Zach Blankenship here in the top of the 6th. Blankenship really the character guy for the team. This pitch misses down low for a ball. Always bubbly, always smiling. Could probably do his own stand-up routine and be successful. Very funny kid, but very respectful at the same time. Really have enjoyed talking to Zach in the times that we've been able to speak, and he's going to deliver that one in there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Living with the Love family. Two balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Up high and away for a ball. Now 3 balls and 1 strike to a dangerous hitter in the form of Andrew Check. Long look in. Gets Check to foul this one straight back off the screen. Fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Check is in 2nd place in the home run category. And in the RBI category, he has a lead of 12. He almost doubles the next guy in RBIs. Next closest guy is DiChiara from Strasburg, as this one is swung on and missed. So big pitch there from Zach Blankenship to come back from down in the count to get Andrew Check, a dangerous hitter. But as we mentioned, 26 RBIs. The next closest guy has 14. So, 1 less for DiChiara, and he has doubled up the entire league. The only man to be in front of him in home runs is Jose Aquino from the Cannons. He hit one against the Gens and back the other night. This one's sharply hit to second base. Nice backhand stab by Lopez on to first base in time. Put a star next to that one. Kobe, smooth fielding second baseman from Florida International. Sometimes all those Florida schools get mixed up on you a little bit. You got Florida Atlantic, you got Florida International, Florida Gulf Coast, Florida State, all that good stuff. But Kobe is from Florida International, where he plays for the Panthers. Does a nice job of fielding there. This ball was roped off the bat of Logan Worley. 2 quick outs here, and Ronald Brown will step to the plate. He takes in there for a strike. A 0-1 count to Ronald Brown, the first baseman, who is 0 for 2 today. Has grounded into a double play and also struck out. This ball on the ground to third base. Nice backhand by Jackson Green across the diamond. Not in time. So that'll probably go as an infield single. We'll have to see what the guys out there think about it. Green made a great backhand play. Had some time. Ronald Brown, not the fleetest of foot. And they're going to rule that an error, actually. Probably a good scoring. As we mentioned, he had plenty of time. Did rush the throw a bit, and it was low across the infield to Wes Clark, who was not able to come up with it. And I've seen Wes Clark come up with a lot of stuff this year at first base. He is listed as a catcher, but has played primarily first base. Has done some work behind the dish as well. First pitch to Colin Brophy, misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Blankenship looking to work around that 2-out error. The Generals do not make a lot of errors. This one fouled away. They make less than 1 error per ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Colin Brophy, the center fielder from George Washington. Fouled away. Well, as we mentioned, a big crowd, and we see a lot of tickets to sort through over here on that 50-50. Could be a big jackpot tonight. Bailey Wimberly and Stuart Barrett walking it over with our intern Esteban Ruiz. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blankenship. This one's hit high and deep out to left center field. Over is Kennedy, and he will have it for out number 3. Boy, the place is just playing somewhat like a graveyard tonight. That ball was hit well. Was not quite able to get enough of it to get it out of here. Score 5-1 after Blankenship works around the 2-out error. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Gins still on top by 4.
Top of the 6th for the Braves. No runs, no hits. There's 1 Waynesboro error, 1 man left. 5.5. Score remains.
Well, you know me, and I think it's getting late in this ball game. We're getting into the middle of the 6th. So for me, that means I'm starting to think about what I'm going to have to eat after the ball game. Sheets. Again, we mentioned that earlier. Probably a good target for me because it's on the way home. As we mentioned, it is good for the on-the-go. So I've got a post-game recap to write tonight after we get some interviews done and stuff like that. That might be my stop. I might stop at Sheets. Sheets has a wide variety of food. And it's good for on-the-go lifestyles. Mitchell Guerreri is out there again. He's been pretty good to this point. Struggled a little bit in the last inning, gave up 2 hits and a walk, but did work around it, did not surrender a run. In fact, the only runs that have been surrendered, all in the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd for the Braves. They had a 1-out single that ended up coming around to score on a sacrifice fly. And for the Generals, well, they just kind of exploded there in the bottom of the 3rd when they responded. They scored 5 runs, only 4 of them earned. One of them ended up scoring on a drop 3rd strike throwing error by the catcher. And at that point it was Hopkins. Now it's Adams behind the dish. But Christian Prophet will lead things off, and he'll be first pitch swinging to chopper up the middle. That's going to be a tough play for the shortstop. That will go as an infield single for Christian Prophet. Well, he hit that one, and it hit right off of the lip here at the home plate area. Sent it sky high out behind second base, and that was just going to be a tough play all the way for the shortstop in the ball game, and that's Rooklyn. It was going to be tough even if he came up with that cleanly. So a single for Christian Prophet will be Kobe Lopez, who squares to bunt, pulls back, decides against it, and takes for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Prophet at first base. Good speed on the base paths. Pitch rides in tight to Kobe. I'll do a little bit of a stretch. Maybe in a good hitter's count, 2 balls, no strikes. For Prophet, he does have 1 stolen base on the year, but has been caught stealing once. And here's the pitch to Lopez. Rides in tight again. We do have an official scoring to warn you about. That error that was awarded to Jackson Green, or not really awarded, but given to Jackson Green, is now being called a base hit. So it's still a clean record for the Gins. And Kobe Lopez will take outside for ball 4.
One International Panthers left over 7. Kennedy.
So it'll be Seth Kennedy now stepping to the plate with runners at first and second base. Pitch rides inside for a ball. Good speed on the base paths for the Gins. Profit at second. Kobe Lopez at first. Seth Kennedy at the dish. 1 ball, no strikes from Guerreri. Skied out of play over to the right. Over onto the hill. That's the main objective by a lot of fans here, is to fill the hill. The hill not as packed as we usually see it here, especially with a situation like this, playing the Staunton Braves on a Saturday night, but a lot of people have come down the hill and have packed the bleachers here. This one down the third baseline and also foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Seth Kennedy. Kennedy 1 for 3 to this point. Singled and scored a run back in the third. Was also flown out to the outfield twice. Once to the center fielder, the other to the right fielder. Has put a nice charge into all of his swings today. This one also fouled away. The fly out to the right fielder in the first was a ball hit well into the gap. But a nice running play out there by Davis. He was able to bring it in. So battle formulating from Guerreri with Seth Kennedy, outfielder from Florida International. Pitch rides up high now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Eli Quiseno stands on deck. He's the catcher in today's contest. He does have a base hit. Nobody away here in the bottom of the 6th. Kennedy swings, skies this one into center field. Long run for the center fielder, Brophy. He's not going to be able to get there. It's going to fall in and everybody's going to be safe. So sometimes when you're going well like Kennedy is, things just seem to find a hole, and it does again here. It'll load the bases with nobody away. And 3, 4, 5 in the order for the Generals coming up here at the bottom of the 6th. It'd be Eli Quiseno from Gannon University, 1 for 3. He had an RBI double back in the third, but has also struck out swinging and flown out to right field. So Profit at third base, Lopez at second base, Kennedy at first. Pitch up high for a ball. Guerreri comes set in a dangerous situation. Quiseno will call time. His timing was thrown off a bit there by Guerreri, who had the quick set. Defense has the corners in, middle, playing back, trying to get the double play ball. This one will also miss down low for a ball, and now, with the bases loaded, the Braves have to start thinking about where they're going to put him. He's got nowhere to go. This one hit high and deep out to left field, and it's going to get down in the gap. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Here comes Kennedy. They'll try and score him as well. Throw to the plate, not in time. Bases clearing double for Eli Quiseno. Well, I'll tell you what, the Braves pretty fortunate that he didn't get more air underneath that one. That ball was roped out to left field. One of the hardest balls we've seen hit here all year. And so Quiseno will come up with his 4th RBI in this contest. And that might be the end for Guerreri, as all 3 of those runs here in the bottom of the 6th are earned. He has not recorded an out yet. Wes Clark stepping to the dish now. Clark, who is 3 for 3. So the pitching visit, or the mound visit that is over, and Guerreri is still out there. Wes Clark stepping to the dish. Dangerous situation. Clark listed at 6'2", 215 pounds from South Carolina, sophomore out of Forest, Virginia. Went to LCA, and boy, the numbers that he compiled there were unreal. This ball skied in the air out to center field. That'll be Brophy who's coming in. He'll have it for out number 1. Cuseno will not test the arm. It was shallow. And here comes Jackson Tate. Jackson 0 for 1 in this contest. His one at-bat that he's recorded was back in the second when he struck out on 3 pitches. He's also had an RBI sacrifice fly back in the third, and he's walked. 8-1 your score after 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th to this point. Still 2 outs to work with for the Gens. Pitch misses way up high for a ball. And boy, you want to talk about numbers before coming to Waynesboro. Jackson Tate's are as good as really anybody's in the country. This one fouled straight back. Coach Cole called him the best player in community college baseball in the state of Alabama. High praise for Jackson. And he was rewarded for being that best JUCO player in Alabama in this year's first-year player draft, as this one misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He was selected by the Seattle Mariners in the 32nd round of this year's draft after finishing up at Lawson State. All signs are pointing that he will choose to forego that and play in school, play at Alabama. Pitch is in there for a strike. He'll take that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another very respectful young man. Everything is yes sir, no sir. One of those guys that's just kind of good at everything that he tries out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. This one fouled straight back. Lives with the Lundstrom family, and you know, obviously I spend a lot of time over there, but Jackson was talking with his, I guess you can say, roommate, Jack Murphy, and they were talking about what they could do on their off day, and Jackson was talking about maybe going bowling, and he said, well, I'm good at bowling, and Jack said, well, of course you are. It's one of those kind of things. He's good at just about everything he tries out. This ball skied in the air. Second baseman will go back and have it for out number 2. We'll see if Santiago Garcia can stay hot. No, we will not, actually. It'll be a pinch hitter. It'll be Jack Murphy stepping to the plate. Speaking of Jack Murphy.
From the Gales of St. Mary's, Jack Murphy.
Jack will pinch hit here in the bottom of the 6th for Santiago Garcia, who had a very nice day at the yard. 2 for 3 with an RBI. Well, Jack has gotten off to a slow start. 0.55 on the year. But this one roped into right field. It's sinking, and it's going to get down. The run will come around to score. It'll be an RBI single for Jack Murphy. You got to give Davis a lot of credit out there in right field. He saw the sinking liner, and with the score already at 8-1, he knew that he had to try and come get that. Laid out for it, managed to at least knock it down so Jack couldn't advance to another base, but we'll pick up an RBI single here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll be the 4th run tacked on. So it'll now be Bryson Worrell. Worrell 1 for 2. Singled back in the 3rd. Pitch down low. Murphy headed towards second base. Throw is not in time. So that'll go as a wild pitch. Nice job from Jack Murphy at moving up into scoring position for Worrell. Kind of surprised to see Guerreri still out there. He's pitched well, but the Generals have finally figured him out. This ball roped down the right field line. It hooks foul. I just got back from a golf outing, and that hook right there that Bryson Worrell just pulled down in the right field corner reminds me of a lot of the drives I hit this weekend. Low sinking liner. Good in baseball, not so good in golf. 1 ball, 1 strike. Murphy out at second base. Worrell will foul this one out of play over towards the softball field. We'll be actually over there by that food truck.
Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Who? What? Oh. Barbecue. So the truck was, it's over there. It's Holy Smokes Barbecue. They're doing the post-game meal for the Gens tonight. They about had a baseball to serve. This ball skied in the air off the bat of Worrell. Back goes Brophy, and he'll have it for out number 3. But more damage done here in the bottom of the 6th for the Gens. 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors made by the Staunton Braves. Lead now 9-1 in favor of the Generals.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Well, here we go in the top of the 7th inning. The Braves coming to bat here in the top of the 7th. We've got Ryan McCarty, Casey Hare, and Devin Adams set to lead things off. And if you're the Generals, this is another situation where you want to make sure that you stay on these guys, because for Staunton, they have that big comeback under their belt. So if they just get a little bit of momentum rolling towards that comeback, they know that they can do it. That was against the Harrisonburg Turks a couple weeks ago. Scored 11 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie it, and scored 3 more in the 12th to win it. That included back-to-back-to-back home runs there in Staunton to tie things up. This ball skied in the air, pretty well hit out into left center field. Long run for Jackson Tate, not able to get there. That's actually going to be a sub out there. Can't quite tell who that is. But around to third base comes Ryan McCarty. He's going to lead things off with a triple. So we've got some substitutions to warn you about. I can't quite tell. So it looks like Brad Burkell is now in at second base. And it looks like Kobe's out of the ball game. So Brad Burkell from the University of Houston will step in and play second base. That still looks to be Profit out at shortstop. Jackson Green still at third. It's just so hard to tell who's out in center field. If I had to guess, I think that's Bryson Worrell has moved over to center field, and Joey Kinker has entered the ball game in right. So that'll be the end of Jackson Tate's day. Coach Cole making it hard on me up here. It's a 2-1 count now to Casey Hare. I apologize for all that, but I'm just, again, it's hard to figure it all out, especially when they're in the outfield. It's so tough to tell. And this is actually a pinch hitter. This is not Casey Hare. So both coaches doing their best to really throw me off here. It's Chet Moore stepping in. He's in a 2-2 count. This one's skied in the air, out of play. So Chet Moore, listed as an outfielder. He's from the University of Miami. He's 5'9", 185 pounds, from Satellite Beach, Florida. Just finished up his freshman campaign at the U. This one also fouled off. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming here. Drilled down the left field line. It's going to stay fair. Well, we talk about the comeback ability of the Braves, and they've started it here in the top of the seventh.
Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, all for $1. Get what's left. Make a mad dash to the concession stand. Hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers.
So that's going to go as a double
$1 each.
with an RBI tacked onto it. That'll bring up Devin Adams, the catcher. Adams 1 for 1 since entering the ball game. Had a base hit to right field. Blankenship still out there. Adams from George Mason University in South Riding, Virginia. South Riding, Virginia is actually the place that the Generals shortstop from last year, Kyle Wright, it's the same hometown up in the Northern Virginia area. Ball skied out of play. So it's 9-2 here in Waynesboro. But with an offense as potent as Staunton, this ball game a long way from over. Generals still needing to record 9 outs on the defensive side of things. This one rides inside. Cuseno not able to get there. So it's going to go as a wild pitch. It looked there for a second that Eli had blocked it and had gone up in the air. I thought he might have had a chance to field that and throw it to third. He tried to barehand, but then just fumbled the exchange a bit. But that is in no way, shape, or form his fault there. He almost made a spectacular play. But now a runner at third base with nobody out. Devin Adams at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch way up high for a ball. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. There looks to be a pitcher warming in the bullpen. Not only is he warming, it looks like he's pretty much ready to go whenever the call is made. This pitch misses way outside. Now 3 balls and 1 strike, and it seems like Blankenship has lost a bit of control. This is his second time through the lineup. This one will also miss inside. So the first 3 runners reach base here in the 7th. And we'll go to the back to the top of the order. It'll be Kent Rooklyn. And making a slow walk to the mound is pitching coach Ryan Mossman.
Tonight's winner takes home $164. $164, and if you've got this ticket, you just came into some cash. Here's tonight's winning ticket number 493.
Announcing the 50-50 winners. As we mentioned, we saw that bucket as filled as we've seen it all year. A lot of people getting in on the 50-50 action here tonight. Very good crowd. I'm horrible at guessing how many people are in a ballpark. I mean, that's one of my least talented things. I'm awful at it. But if I had to guess, I'm guessing if you count. So usually what we do too is we count the players a little bit. So I'm gonna go 275 people. Is my assumption. It's a pretty good crowd. Now, while I was trying to guess at how many people are in the ballpark, we've got a pitching change. So that will do it for Zach Blankenship. He'll step aside, and that looks like McLean Harris to me stepping on. We'll give you McLean's numbers here in just a moment. As he steps on to face Kent Rooklyn. McLean Harris with a 3.0 ERA. He is 0-0, but he does have the lone save on the year for the Gens. That was a 6-out save on opening night for McLean. He's thrown 3 innings. He's given up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He has not walked anybody. And a pretty good strikeout ratio. He struck out 2 per inning. He's got 6 in his 3 innings of work. And he'll step on, as we mentioned, to face Kent Rooklyn. And he has 2 men on base. Right now, Chet Moore, who is newly inserted for Casey Hare at third base.
This call the bullpen brought to you by Bankers Insurance. Insuring today to insure tomorrow.
And at first base, he's got Devin Adams, who is the newly inserted catcher. Nine to 2 your score. Still 7 runs of cushion for the Generals, but Coach Cole knows very well what they did against Harrisonburg and is going to one of his top arms out of the bullpen tonight with McLean. McLean, 6'1", 220 pounds, from Young Harris College in Griffin, Georgia.
50-50
Senior.
Group of 3 ladies winning on this. Connie Mercier, Mars Halkovich, and Colette Paquette. They're from Staunton, Waynesboro, and Fishersville. So congratulations, ladies.
So in steps Kent Rooklyn. Rooklyn 1 for 2 in this contest. Singled, infield single back in the 3rd. Also had a walk, and it's flown out to center. Here's McLean's first pitch. On the ground to third base. That's going to be shortstop, rather, across the diamond in time for out number 1. So a run does come in to score. That'll go on the record of Zach Blankenship. Runner is safe at second base. But a 6-3. Nice play there from Christian Profit.
Right hitter Eli Davis.
Score now 9-3. Eli Davis stepping to the plate to do work off of McLean. And I'd like to see McLean go ahead and get these next two guys, but if he were not able to get both of them, then that means we will have a Young Harris versus Young Harris matchup with Logan Worley standing 2 batters away. First pitch was in there to Eli Davis, who took a called strike. Runner at second base, 1 away. McLean goes with the off-speed pitch, breaks it on the outside part of the plate, gets another called strike. It's 0-2. Davis 0 for 1 in this contest, has a sacrifice fly to center, and has walked, and also grounded out to Kobe Lopez at second base. 0-2 count. Here's McLean. The pitch. In the dirt. Nice block by Casano, and keeps the man at second base. Very impressive block. Got that to bounce right back towards the plate. That's exactly what you're instructed to do as a catcher. Not only do you have to get over and get your chest protector on it, but you have to angle your body back towards the plate to get that thing to stay relatively close, and he did that on a pitch that was not easy to do at all. Adams thought about trying for third, but decided against it. This ball tapped on the ground and foul. McLean featuring a changeup on that pitch. Also got a strikeout on that pitch at Purcellville this past week. That was on Tuesday night. Generals trying to come back off of a loss this year, or this contest. This one fouled straight back. They lost their most recent contest. That was back on Wednesday night against Front Royal. The Front Royal pitching staff had the number of the Gens offense. They won that ball game 4-1. They were supposed to play again on Thursday, but it was rained out. That ball game was scheduled for, I think it was at home against, it was on the road against Charlottesville. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is in the dirt. Nice block again by Casano. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gens had last night off with an odd number of teams. Each team has a specified night off, and it just seems like for the Gens that it continues to come on Friday nights. Tough luck for the organization, as Friday nights are sometimes your most popular nights for players, or not players, but teams to come out. Got him looking, strike 3. So a big strikeout there for McLean Harris. He keeps that man at second base, now 2 away. And they're not even going to try and face Andrew Check. So we will get to see that matchup that we were wanting to see. Logan Worley stepping to the plate. An intentional walk to Andrew Check, who has not had the best night at the dish. 0 for 3. He's grounded into a double play. He's grounded out to first base. And he's also struck out swinging. But now we'll reach base via the intentional walk, and they'll face Logan Worley instead, who is 0 for 2. And he'll face his collegiate teammate. Pitches in there for a strike. A lot of bragging rights on the line here. You know that they'll be talking about this once they go back to school next fall. No balls and 1 strike to count for McLean Harris to Logan Worley. In the pitch. Tapped back to second base. Now Brad Burkell over in time. And we'll have it for out number 3. So give McLean Harris a lot of credit there only allowed one more runner in. Does not go on his record. It's all on Zach Blankenship, but does a nice job at stranding that runner out at second base. 9-3 the score now. The Braves get 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors made by the Gens. 9-3 now your score here from Waynesboro. We'll have a new pitcher for Staunton when we return.
Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League's All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, right here at Veterans Memorial Park on the JMU campus. Please plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30 p.m., the fun starts at 3:30 p.m. with batting practice. The 60-yard dash and home run derby starts at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for kids ages 3 to 12. And if they come in uniform, they get it for free. So mark those calendars, Sunday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m., right here in Veterans Memorial Park. You don't want to miss this. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play.
This call for the bullpen brought to you by Bankers Insurance. The hometown friendly and multi-state strong insurance provider. Attention please, now pitching for the Braves, the 6'5" sophomore from Santiago, Pennsylvania, and University of Massachusetts Lowell, number 28, Waynesboro.
Well, it'll be Blaze Sclafani stepping on for the Braves. Before we get to his numbers on the year, we'll talk to you about some defensive substitutions. Well, Chet Moore pinch hit for Casey Hare, who was the third baseman. What they're going to do is they move Logan Worley in from left field to play third base, and they just put in Chet Moore in left field. First pitch from Sclafani to Christian Prophet is a called strike. Second pitch, loop down the right field line. It's going to be a hit for Prophet. Prophet with an aggressive round, but stays put at first base, and he'll be on with a single to start things off of Sclafani. Sclafani pitching in his 4th ball game. He's thrown 3 1/3 innings. He's given up 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and he has struck out 4 for an ERA of 5.40. Pitch rides in tight and will hit Brad Burkell.
Ready to the plate. The left fielder, Seth Kennedy.
And you'll have to excuse me a minute, folks, because I had Jackson Green stepping to the plate, not Bryson Worrell. Or not Christian Prophet. Unless I missed something there. We'll be back momentarily. Writing all this down. Here.
somewhere that last inning you're going to have to. You got that?
The catcher, Elijah Davis.
I don't know.
I don't know what he did.
What happened last? Yeah, but somewhere you had somebody's off here.
Right.
Did Morrell single? Yeah, you're off a hit. No, that's the one that just happened here.
Yeah, that's
Make sure you write this down.
Well, we have screwed up somewhere on the live stats. Not sure where Jackson Green went on that last one. I didn't think he had come up. I had Bryson Worrell making the last out. However, Christian Prophet has singled in this inning. Brad Burkell was hit by the first pitch of the at-bat. Seth Kennedy struck out looking, and then Eli Cusena just popped out to second base. So we have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Wes Clark standing up. We'll take for the first pitch in there for a strike. Pitch gets away from the catcher, and both runners will move up. So a wild pitch will allow both runners to advance. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. 2 runners in scoring position for Wes Clark, who is 3 for 4 today. Pitch is in there for a strike. Makes it 1-2. Pitch way up and in for a ball. Did they? Okay.
Yeah, move that there. They call it a strike, if that's right? And just get good.
All right, so, okay, I'm not crazy.
There you go. Just hold it.
All right.
Just go along with it.
All right, yeah, so okay. So I'm not crazy there. But anyway, we are back at it. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Wes Clark. He fouled that last pitch off. And so again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners in scoring position. Pitch down low for a ball. They're going to check his swing. Did not go around. So full count now to Wes Clark. Pitch swung on and missed. So the Generals get no runs on 1 hit in that inning off of the new pitcher in the ball game for Staunton. That was Blaze Sclafani from UMass Lowell. 6'5", 210-pound sophomore from Souderton, Pennsylvania. So that'll end the inning. We'll go to the top of the 8th. 9-3 your score here from Waynesboro.
Hey baseball fans, Graham Knight here for the Valley Baseball League. Just wanting to give a shout out to one of our newest sponsors, Stephen Toyota. Stephen Toyota's in Harrisonburg, Virginia. They've been an avid sponsor of the Harrisonburg Turks for years. I want to let you know that I'd buy a Toyota from them, and I'm thrilled to introduce them to you as our Southern Division sponsor. That means every time a team from the Southern Division, whether it's Harrisonburg, the Staunton Braves, the Waynesboro Generals, the Charlottesville Tom Sox, or the Covington Lumberjacks, whenever they play anywhere, you'll be seeing a Stephen Toyota commercial in those live streams. We couldn't do these live streams without him. So a warm welcome to Stephen Toyota from Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you're looking for a car and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, please stop in and see Ryan. Let him know that you appreciate his help with these live streams and take a good look at their inventory. I love what I saw there, and I got to be honest, one of my favorite cars was a 2009 Camry Hybrid. I sold it to a guy after 150,000 miles. He called me back about 7 to 8 months later to thank me for selling him that car. He'd actually gone another 50,000 miles in it and was just putting a new set of tires on it. So if you're into Toyotas and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, give our newest sponsor, Stephen Toyota, a good look. Thank you, Ryan. It's great to have you on our team.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at...
Counting them down, McLean Harris is out there for his second inning of work. Did a nice job in relief of Zach Blankenship. And Ronald Brown, who is 1 for 3 in today's contest, batting average at 166, will swing on and miss that one. McLean with quite a bit of gas there. And it looks like the backswing of Ronald Brown caught Casano on the elbow. Everybody seems to be okay. Gives him a little bit of time. And now we're ready to play baseball again. Brown has struck out, grounded into a double play. And then in his last plate appearance, he singled. 0-1 count, the pitch. Curveball. Got him looking for strike 2. A lot of break to that pitch for McLean Harris. It's a straight over the top pitch. Looks to be a 12-6 type breaker. And the 0-2. Gets him to pop it straight up the elevator shaft. Back goes Casano. And he makes the play. Not always an easy play there. And if you ask Casano, he might have said that was a little bit of a sloppier play because his helmet came flying off. Then once he found the ball, he disposed of his mask, but it was still kind of close to where he ended up. He almost stepped on his mask. So a tough play there for Casano, but he handles it for out number 1. McLean Harris looked like he wanted to come in and take that for a little while, but then decided against it. Curveball on the first pitch to Colin Brophy is looked at for strike 1. A lot of people looking at that curveball. It seems to be freezing guys. McLean, a tough guy to hit with 2-pitch repertoire like he has, which he has the 3 pitches. He's been working on that changeup a little bit. But that straight over the top breaker is a nasty one to go along with quite a bit of velocity out of that right-handed arm. Curveball in there. Got him looking for strike 2. And again, frozen is Brophy. It's not an elongated break. It's so sharp. Probably, I would imagine it's tight spin, and then he backs it up with a fastball like that. Gets Brophy swing at a pitch up near his chest, and boy, that was a big-time setup there from McLean Harris. Featured the curveball early and often in that at-bat, and then finished him off with the heater up in the letter area. So the Gens needing just a few more outs from McLean Harris. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Got him looking for strike one. Boy, when he's throwing that curveball for a strike, he's a tough, tough man to hit. Here's the 0-1. Got him swinging at the curveball this time. 0-2. And now, McCarty, who is 1 for 3, tripled in his last plate appearance and ended up coming around to score, is down 0-2 and hasn't seen a fastball yet from McLean Harris, and here it comes. No, he went back to the curveball. This time it missed down low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McLean would have gotten me to bite because I would have been betting on the fastball after seeing 2 curveballs. Been geared up for it. There's the heater. Misses just a bit outside. So he can really go anywhere from here. Has spotted the curveball well. Has also used the fastball effectively as well. 2-2 is usually your best pitch, and here it comes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gets him swinging at the curveball, but will foul it just a little bit. And this one also catches Casano, who's having a tough time behind the dish in this inning. Has taken a swing as well as a foul ball off the body, but he's okay. And we'll line it back up, and we'll do 2 balls and 2 strikes yet again. All right, here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and this one also fouled away. Well, I just noticed that looking out there that at third base is number 6. Yeah, that's Connor Norby now into the ball game. Swung on and missed. So a great inning there for McLean Harris. He was impressive. 2 strikeouts as well as a pop-up up the elevator shaft to the catcher. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. The Gens looking to add some insurance here in Waynesboro.
Diggy's live streams are brought to you by Sheets. Sheets is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7, so grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheets near you. Sheets, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new Steak Club, the new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. This live stream is also brought to you by Grace Burrows, New York Times best-selling author and baseball friend to the Valley Baseball League. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. Bottom line, if you can't find love on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com.
So Ethan Cady will pinch hit.
Leading off for the Generals in the bottom of the 8th, number 20, Ethan Cady.
Yeah, just let it roll. That look alright?
Ethan Cady will lead off. And the way a lot of things are going here is kind of odd. And you know, I really can't even explain it to you. It's just, I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt to go into depth. But Ethan Cady will be hitting. Left-hander from ETSU. Swings, hits this one on the ground, and it gets away from the second baseman. Throw, not in time. So it'll be an E4. Cady will work his way on base. So now that'll bring up Joey Kinker.
Center fielder Joe Tinker.
Set to do battle off the left-hander. This will be Kinker's first at-bat since entering the ball game. He entered back in the 7th. He takes the first pitch up high for a ball. Kinker with a .208 batting average, but we expect him to get going here soon. A freshman All-American by all stretches. This pitch high and away, gets away. And down to second base, and goes Ethan Cady. We didn't get to talk about Cady much. He did deposit his first home run of the summer back on Tuesday against Purcellville. One of just 3 Generals that have a home run on their ledger to this point. Wes Clark has 2 of them. This one fouled straight back off the bat of Kinker. Wes Clark has 2. Ethan Cady has 1, as well as Jackson Tate with his inside the Parker. And 3 of those home runs, 3 of the 4 home runs hit by the Generals this year were on Tuesday against Purcellville, up there at Fireman's Park. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Joey Kinker from Florida Gulf Coast University. He's from Northport, Florida, 6'2", 210 pounds. Pitch outside for a ball. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This one gets away, and to third base goes Ethan Cady. So we're seeing a bit of that wild side.
The DH, Jack Murphy.
And it'll be Jack Murphy. It'll be a left-hander on a left-hander matchup. Runners at first and third. Jack Murphy, already 1 for 1 in this contest. Pitch way high and in, almost hits Jack. But it's going to go behind him. And boy, more struggles with the control. A lot of these pitches that are missing aren't really that close. And this pitch is going to hit him, and he's going down to first base. So more control issues, and we said by the numbers there by Eric Wallington. Really struggled with his control as we get everything squared away here. Wallington. This ball hit well off the bat of Bryson Worrell, and that's going to be a first pitch single. So after Jack Murphy gets hit by the pitch,
The right-hander, Bryson Worrell.
Bryson Worrell drills that one into right field for an RBI base hit.
Bringing to the plate, number 6, Connor Norby.
And so now we will see Connor Norby getting his first at-bat as a General. Another man from East Carolina. So Bryson and then Connor. A little bit late on the swing there. Connor, 6 foot, 185 pounds from East Carolina University. Sophomore from Kernersville, North Carolina. Swung on and missed. And all of a sudden, the command has come back a bit to Eric Wallington. 0-2 count to Connor Norby. Pitch. Got him looking strike 3. So big first out there for Wallington. And it'll be Christian Profit stepping to the dish. 10-3 your score after that RBI single by Bryson Worrell. It does go as an unearned run for Wallington, as that run that did score was off the error made by Ethan Cady. And here comes Profit. Pitch. High and away for ball 1. And Profit 2 for 4 in this ball game. Has singled in his last 2 plate appearances. Pitch up high for a ball. He has turned the lineup over very nicely here out of the 9 spot. One of 4 Generals to have multi-game hit night tonight. Pitch in there for a strike. Got him looking. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Christian Profit has 2 hits. Seth Kennedy has 2 hits. Elijah Casano, 2 hits. And Bryson Worrell, 2 hits. Actually, you can add on Wes Clark to that as well. He's been subbed out, but that pitch was down low for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Wes Clark also in that conversation, as is Santi Garcia. So, actually, 6 guys that have multi-hit games. Pitch outside for a ball, and that will walk in a run. An RBI walk there for Christian Profit from Florida Gulf Coast, and we'll turn it over to the top of the lineup with 1 away. It'll be Kobe Lopez. Kobe Lopez, who's been subbed out, is now Brad Burkell. Burkell was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance, and we're going to have a mound visit. Burkell still looking for his first hit of the summer. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of action to this point. He's played in just 4 games. And was 0 for 4 coming into tonight. Has scored a run and walked twice. And been hit by a pitch. He's now been hit by 2 pitches. And is still just 0 for 4. Has not recorded an official at-bat to this point, but a good time to do one here. Bases loaded with 1 away. Good RBI situation. Pitch in there for a strike. Burkell from the University of Houston. Got here a little bit late, but is here now. Listed at 5 foot 765 pounds. Sophomore from Lindale, Texas. Takes a curveball in there for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Brad. Jack Murphy at third base. Joey Kinker at second. Christian Profit at first. This one fouled straight back. That's not Kinker at second. That is Worrell at second. Excuse me. Kinker was the man that scored, and that is an earned run. No 2 count. Pitch. Rides inside. Almost gets Burkell. Oh, but instead is going to be called strike 3. There for a second I thought that might have hit him, but instead called strike 3 from Lindy Hall. And I tell you, Lindy's got a very delayed strike 3 motion on a called third strike. And it's very tough to tell when he's going to punch somebody out. It's also a quick motion too, so if you're not looking, you might miss it. Pitch in there for a strike. Seth Kennedy now at the plate, 2 for 5. Couple of singles, and he scored twice. Pitch gets away from the catcher. Nobody's able to move up. Fortunate there for the Braves to keep this score at 10-3. As we mentioned previously, Braves did have an 11-run comeback in the 9th against the Harrisonburg Turks. Hopefully not a fate that they will return to tonight. This pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. This ball in the dirt. Now misses 3 balls and 1 strike. Nowhere to put Cady, but a good fastball hitter. Dangerous situation that Wallington has worked himself into now. Look for Cady to be aggressive in anything in the zone here. But he will take outside the zone and will walk and bring home an RBI walk on that one. So we now have Eli Quiseno stepping back to the plate. Done a nice job behind the dish, and he's also done a nice job at the dish. He's 2 for 5 with 2 doubles and 4 RBIs. Very solid ball game for Quiseno. Pitch gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for anybody to advance. It's ball 1. Wallington really trying to get through this. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Good swing there from Quiseno. He seems comfortable at the dish. Has taken a few hacks tonight. That really lets you know that he's confident in what he's doing. 1 ball, 1 strike, bases loaded. It's Worrell at third, Profit at second, and Cady at first. Curveball, down low for a ball. It looks like Wallington has very nice stuff, a lot of sharp moving pitches. The fastball looks like it's got a good amount of velocity to it. Just has not found the strike zone very often. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Pitch up high for a ball, and he's in danger of walking in the 3rd run this inning. The Gens have scored 2 in this inning. Or excuse me, they've scored 3 in this inning. Off of just 1 hit. This one down the right field line is dropping foul. And here's Quiseno at the 3-2, and he takes outside for a ball. Yet another run walked in for the Generals. Score is now 13-3 is what I have by my count.
Number 20, Ethan Cady.
And we had the error to start things off, the walk to Joey Kinker, a hit by pitch, and then a single by Bryson Worrell. That was the first run that scored. He drove in Ethan Cady. This pitch almost gets Cady as he ducks out of the way. And then another walk after a strikeout brings in the 2nd run. The 3rd run was brought in 2 batters later by Seth Cady on a walk. Another run by Quiseno there on the walk. And now we've got Ethan Cady. Skied in the air. In comes the right fielder, and he makes the catch. So that'll be it here for the Gens. I have by my count that they've got 4 runs on 1 hit and no errors. I think it's 13-3 your score.
No hits. There's 1 stand there.
Hey baseball fans, Graham Knight here with the Valley Baseball League, and I want to take a second to introduce you to a close personal friend of mine, Grace Burrows. She's a New York Times best-selling author, but she's also a close personal friend of yours, even though you may not know it. In fact, without Grace's help, we would not have been able to bring you the playoffs and championships last year. Thanks to her, we were able to cover every single game. And thanks to her, this year we had all the gear we need to support 11 different sites throughout the Shenandoah Valley. Take a second and look at her latest book, When a Duchess Says I Do. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. If you can't find romance on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com/bookshelf.
Luke, wearing number 1 this season from St. Mary's College. 6 foot, 170 pounds. Sophomore from Los Gatos, California. So that puts an end to what was a very good night for McLean Harris. And it'll give way to Luke Short, who attempts to get the last 3 outs of this contest. First pitch from Short is fouled away.
Off to the Braves, third baseman Captain Moore.
That pitch misses for a ball there, so it's 1-1. And here's Short working to Chet Moore. Pitch misses outside for a ball. Swung on and missed. That makes the ball count 2-2. I apologize, folks. Still trying to figure things out here on the live scoring. Had a bunch of problems. But a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Pitch is tapped to second base. Burkell misplays it. That's going to go as an E4, and into second base he goes. Play is not in time. The throw is dropped at second base. So just the way you do not want to see things start here. And that is going to go as an E4. Well, nice job by Luke Short there getting the ground ball. Burkell probably had a little bit more time than he thought. Right now, Devin Adams will step to the plate with a runner in scoring position and nobody away. Here's Luke Short, the pitch. It's just a bit inside for a ball. And that one finds the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gens needing 3 outs to move their record to 6-3. If it were to hold, the Braves would drop to 9-4. Still a pretty good record. Pitch misses inside for a ball. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball fouled straight back. Now even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Devin Adams, who is 1 for 1 in this contest, has walked and singled to right field. So he's been on in both plate appearances since coming on way back in the 5th. Just reached the 10 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. 10:01. Ball rides up high for a ball. Getting ready to go for the third hour, going to our third hour of play here. Full count is hit well out towards right center field, and that's going to split the gap. Well, in a runner comes, and here we go. After the error started things off, that'll be an unearned run. And not the way you want to get things started, especially with a team that really does know how to come back. You know, I hate to continue to harp on it, but at the same time, you know it's in their minds as well as everybody else's that, you know, we've done this before. And in this case, it would just be a 10-run comeback in the ninth, not an 11-run. So they wouldn't need that extra run. So they've done it before. And Gens will need to try and squash it here soon. And with Staunton, they're a team that really does never say die. They scored 8 of those 11 runs in that 11-run comeback in the ninth with 2 outs. Pitch is up high from short to the leadoff hitter, Kent Rooklyn. Rooklyn 1 for 3. Does have an RBI ground out. Skied in the air. And a long run for Cady. He's not able to get there. Foul ball. 13-4 your score. Line reads as follows. For Staunton, 4 runs on 7 hits. They've made 3 errors. The Gens, 13 runs on 15 hits and just 1 error. Pitch. Good slider on the outside corner there from short. Moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody away. Luke looking for a punch out. Gets a tapper back up the middle. Profit is able to get there in time, and the throw also in time over to first base for Ethan Cady. So the first out is recorded. Nice play up the middle there from Profit. He's looked good at shortstop all summer long.
Eli Davis.
Eli Davis will step to the plate now. Lefty on lefty matchup. Davis 0 for 2 in this contest. Pitch. First pitch swinging, fouled straight back over our heads. I parked a little bit closer to the field this evening, and I'm a little bit nervous. Haven't really had many go back towards the parking lot, but that one did there. A little half swing, swing. And it's 0-2. Nice pitch there from short to really tie up Davis. 0-2 count with 1 away. Runner at third base. That runner is Devin Adams. Curveball gets a funky swing. Cady will knock it down and step on first base. An RBI ground out there for Davis, but an important out number 2 for Luke Short. Now to bring up Andrew Check. Check 0 for 3, was intentionally walked in his last plate appearance. We'll take down low for ball 1. Score now 13-5. Gens on top. Looking to bounce off that loss against Front Royal. Gens have not lost back-to-back ball games yet this year. Pitch in there for a strike. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. From short to Check. As we mentioned, just a little bit over 3 hours played. And a nice spotted pitch there from short as well. Low and away for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the dangerous left-hander, Andrew Check. Gets him swinging, and they'll tag him out for out number 3. So the Generals end up winners here. 13-5 your final. Luke Short shuts the door. Generals get 13 runs on 15 hits, 1 error. The Braves do add 2 there to make their score total 5. They got 5 runs on 7 hits, and they made 3 errors. But the Generals get the win. The win will go to Zach Blankenship, who was the first man out of relief of Devin Judy, who was the starter, pitched well. For Staunton, the loser will be Tristan Snyder. Snyder gave up those 5 runs in that 3rd inning. 4 of those earned. No save is recorded. But a good ball game here for the Generals as they, as we mentioned, bounce back. It's something they've managed to do very well this year. Following a loss, they've bounced back and they've picked up a win. We will have those games for you tomorrow, doubleheader with Newmarket.
Well, that wraps up all the action from here tonight. I'm Graham Knight, and on behalf of the Valley Baseball League, we want to thank our sponsors. This live stream was made possible by Sheets. Sheets is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're always open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheets near you. Sheets, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new Steak Club, new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. This live stream is also brought to you by Grace Burrows, best-selling New York Times author. If you can't find romance on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. Before we say goodnight, I want to remind you that this live stream is copywritten by the Valley Baseball League and may not be used in any form of media whatsoever without the express written consent of the Valley Baseball League. If you'd like to use our media, please contact me, Graham, at isomermedia.com. That's Graham, Graham, at Isomer, ISOMERMEDIA. From all of us at the Valley Baseball League, thank you for watching and good night.